What's going on, everybody? Respawn Gentleman here. So the 1.5 patch is now out on consoles. It came out on PC yesterday, and I'll have a link in the description below if you want to check out the patch notes video, kind of explain all of that. But today we're going to dive in and kind of show some of the things that they added in this. So let's get right to it. So one of the things that they did mention in here is that whenever you upgrade your weapon or you modify your weapon, it's supposed to increase your durability. So let's take this painful axe right here. It has no mods on it. It's got 190 durability. So let's add a mod to it. And let's just do this one right here. And look, it still has 190 durability. It did not change. So I don't know what they're referring to when they said that it's supposed to increase your durability, unless they just mean it repairs your weapon, but it kind of already did that. So I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but it literally does not update the durability at all. So another thing they changed in the game, which is actually not included in the patch notes they released, this is completely hidden. I've been told about this on my Discord server, but basically the Korek charm now takes mutation samples to use rather than trophies. So this is something that a lot of people may be upset about, they may be happy about. I want to hear your thoughts down below, what you think about this change. There's been a lot of changes. It used to be that there was no requirements. It was 100% free, to costing 666 scraps, which was unbelievably hard to get. Then after that, they retracted that back to one rare trophy, which was a lot easier to use. However, rare trophies don't come up very often, so I understand a lot of people weren't necessarily happy about that either. So mutation samples, since it costs 400, you literally can just defeat one hive or one tyrant, and that will give you enough to do it. So like, mutation samples are super easy to farm. Just fight a bunch of special infected, and by the time you need to use the Korek charm to upgrade, to redo the durability on your weapon, you will be able to do it multiple times over. So this one's an easy way to do it, and it's easy for a lot of people, but I know some people may not be necessarily happy about this change. I kind of like it personally because I understand that the rare trophies are harder to come by, and a lot of people were upset that it still costed something that they couldn't get. Now, another really huge thing they added is they finally added a way to change the color filter in the game to make it more like the E3 2019 demo. So I'm going to show you all the different options we have. So let's go over here, go to options, and go to video. So it's already set on the normal. We already know what that looks like. So another option they added is the normal plus dark. So that's what this looks like. You can see that you still have all this, like the bright colors, but there's a lot more darkness. This is still during the day, but you can tell that, you know, you're gonna need your flashlight a bit more, especially in these underground areas. I kind of like this one personally a bit more. I feel like this is a bit more how lighting would actually work in this world, but let's look at the other options. So that's normal plus dark, and then we have the gritty plus dark. So everything's got muted colors. You see darkness kind of everywhere. So this is the gritty version, is kind of what the E3 2019 demo was. So this is kind of what it looks like. Just in here, we'll go outside real quick with the gritty plus dark, so you can see that as well. Everything's, like I said, just kind of muted. It's kind of got like a gray color to it. And then, like I said, this is with the plus dark. So let's switch this over to just the gritty. So here we go with the gritty. And then you can see now without the plus dark, everything's a lot brighter, and it just looks washed out. In my opinion, I'm not a giant fan of this. I know a lot of people are asking for this. I personally don't like it. I like the brighter colors. So for me personally, I like using the normal plus dark because I feel like it gives more realistic lighting than normal does, and it's got brighter colors than the gritty version. But let me know in the comments below what color filter you like to use the most too. Now, you may have seen this while I was, switching the color things, but they also finally added a chromatic aberration, so you can actually change it now. I turned mine off because I don't like them on, but here's what it looks like with it on, just so you can see. I personally can't tell much of a difference, but I know that having it on can cause some FPS issues, so that's why I always turn it off in games. So another thing they mentioned is that there's more biters kind of covering the ground and stuff like that. I've kind of run everywhere. You can see some there, and let's go up here so we can get like a better view. I would say that I don't necessarily see a lot more zombies on the ground. I haven't really noticed that personally. Let me switch it to night and I'll come back to this area, and it definitely will be more, but it doesn't seem like it's a giant increase like we thought it was going to be based off those patch notes. So let me switch it to night real quick to show you that. So you see nighttime now with that normal plus dark is a lot darker. You may barely be able to barely see the screen, but it is definitely a lot darker. So let's get up higher so we can kind of check the biter count here. And again, like it's much harder to see at nighttime for sure. So I do like that. I know a lot of people are asking for darker nights, so now you have that option. So just going in this area, even just right here, like there's more, but like I said, it doesn't feel like it's a lot more. So that's my thing with the biters. I don't feel like there's really, I don't think that changed that much. But one thing I do want to show you, this is super cool. So you can actually see it at the top of the screen there. They changed some of the icons in the game. So the encounters, like the legendary encounters, now have an orange icon, where before, at least for me, it was a gold icon. Okay, so we just had a blue icon pop up. You can see now instead of just the diamond shape, it also has like a smaller filled in diamond. So kind of minor changes there. So another thing they changed in here actually is the icons for Harper. They're slightly different. You can kind of see here, especially on the weekly bounties, that it's got kind of a more like metallic look to it. Like kind of like an old metal, like stapled in. Basically, it's kind of a cool looking thing to me. I like the update. Just a small little thing sometimes. I will say that there has been no changes to Harper's inventory, so anybody who's wondering that, no changes whatsoever from what I can tell. So everything in there is exactly the same as it was before. They did say they increased the special infected at night, and this is what's crazy. Let me equip my binoculars here. You can see I now have a suicider on top of a roof. So anytime you see these fireplaces now, we're going to be having special infected near these fireplaces on top of rooftops. But I've seen banshees up here. I've seen spitters, suiciders. I've seen volatiles. Like they definitely increased the number of special infected, which is super awesome. I really love that they did that, because that's something that everyone has been asking for. And when they said they were adding roaming banshees and volatiles, it didn't really feel like they did it. But now they've kind of corrected that, and you can actually find banshees just on rooftops. Now another thing I noticed, it was actually just a little bit ago whenever I went to the trader to see if there was anything different there, the Yardstick bow. So if you had the Yardstick bow, which you can't get until you're level 9, it was at like 392 damage before this update. So they increased the damage of the Yardstick to where it's now 448, so it does a lot more damage than it did before, which is fantastic. The PK crossbow still is at 994 if you're a level 9 character, so there's that. But they did increase the damage of the Yardstick, which I do like, which is kind of cool. So one of the things they said in the update is that in Dark Hollows and Forsaken Stores, they have added volatiles during the day. So I'm curious about that to test that, see if that works. So let's go to this Dark Hollow. It's right over here in the Garrison District, right next to New Dawn Park. So we're going to go in, see if we find ourselves a volatile. Nope, so far just some virals. So that's happening. Let's see if we got any volatiles in here though. Let's go up a little bit higher. So far nothing. I like the shadows up there. That's really nice. I don't think those shadows were there before, so I really like the look of that. That's pretty cool. Break the door. There we go. Still not seeing any volatiles, but there's this big old goon. I don't know if he was already here or not. So I'll just go ahead and defeat him real quick. You know, hopefully not get smashed. But I have not seen any volatiles. I'll head up to the next level, see if there's any there. But I've heard this also from multiple other people that they actually did not add any volatiles in. So yeah, we'll head to a Forsaken store after this to kind of check that out too. But yeah, no volatiles here. Okay, so we made it to this Forsaken store. This one's right over here in the Trinity district. Kind of what I mentioned before, you can see here that the Renegade icons are now orange specifically instead of gold like I saw them before. We're gonna head in here and see if we have any volatiles. Just based off of the scan, no, it does not look like we have any volatiles. So let's just go through, defeat all these guys real quick and see, maybe a volatile will randomly show up. But it is disappointing that they said, hey, we're adding this, and then it's not in the game. It's not the first thing we've come across that they've done this with, but it is definitely disappointing because I think it would make the Forsaken stores and stuff a lot more fun if you had to deal with volatiles while going in during the day. But yeah, it looks like it's just virals and infected. I don't see any volatiles whatsoever, so hopefully they actually change that soon, because right now it is definitely not the case. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Dying Light content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.